I think I'm live. All right, everybody. So in my continuing quest to mobilize all my heavy stuff, heavy equipment, so I can woodwork out here on the porch, I've got the next step. Stay tuned. So here's what I'm up against. There's the garage through the left there. So I've got to bring it down these two steps to get out to the back porch. And recently I turned in my old Dewalt table saw and bought this one, which came with a rolling stand, which is, it's great. Works really well. So this is a DWE 74911. And so what I did, so I've got a planer too, that's even heavier than the table saw. And it is this is it. It's an old one. It's a DW 733. And so I bought a new, just the roller stand alone. And so that piece of plywood is cut out, so it's 22 inches in that direction, 24 in this. And I'm going to bolt it to the frame using the holes that are normally used. There's one, there's another one, there's 4 bolts that are normally used for a table saw that I'm going to use. Plus, I'm going to remove that bolt right there and buy a bigger one on both sides, that one and that one. So it's going to be 6. And the reason I did that, this is actually version 2. The first attempt, I didn't use those bolts up there, and the planer attaches right in here, and it was exerting a moment on this piece of wood that's bolted about right there. So this thing was bending out, not much, maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8 at most, but over time that probably can build up. So anyway, this is version 2, and I'm going to attach it up here and replace these bolts with a longer bolt that goes through the plywood. So that's the plan. It's all centered, clamped it on there, and I just use a pencil to mark out the locations of those holes and the 2 bolts up above. And that's the next step, is to drill those out and get this thing going. All right, it is bolted down. So these are the 2 bolts that went through the frame and that I added. So all of these bolts right here, basically I tried to replicate what came with the rolling stand to attach the table saw to it. So these bolts, the bolts that came with it, are metric. They're M8, 1 1/4 pitch. And so I bought 6 more. These are 2 inches, washers on top and washers down below. And then these are the same bolts, except the hardware store didn't have the Allen wrench heads, so I got hex heads. And those are 3 1/4 inch in length with a big washer on the bottom of the plywood. All right, let's see how this thing works. Right, works. So it's going to save my back. So anyway, hope this helps somebody. So I lied. One small detail I forgot to mention was after I attached the plywood to the frame, I set the planer on it, got it centered so that the bolts that go through the planer weren't going to hit any of the tubes in the roller stand. got it where I wanted, and then I just drilled right through the holes in the planer using the biggest bit that I could find that would fit through the planer, which in my case was a 11/32 bit. Just drilled those holes out, 4 of them, and put the bolts in, attached it up. Don't know, just wanted to let you guys know about that little detail. And the whole purpose of this whole thing was to save my back, getting up there in age, 66, so I don't have to haul that stuff out here. Much easier now. So that's it. Hope that helps somebody. Bye.